Use, yep, filters, nope. Huh. The more you know. The more you know. Alrighty. Oh, sorry about that. How's it going, everybody? I'm back with a stream. It's been a couple days, 3 days, yeah, around there, like 3 days. But we're back with a chill stream. Back with another one. I did not realize how long some of these streams can get. I see one of them is almost 4 hours. One of them is 4 hours, and then the last one that I did was almost 2.5 hours. Which, like, that one's normal. That one's fine. But like, some of these really be getting long. I like still, it doesn't compare to like me almost doing a 10-hour stream, but we ball. We ball. It's been a month since that one, which I still can't believe. But yeah, we're here with some Steins. I did want to talk about how actually let me check something. I want to make sure that I could be heard right now. So let me click on the stream. It's been a month since that one, which still, yep, there you go. You guys can hear me. But yeah, I did want to talk about like content for right now, because I know it's been like almost 3 weeks since I last uploaded, and I do want to say that like I have been working on a video. I haven't just fallen off the face of the planet, and the reason why it's taking so long, usually it wouldn't take this long to get one out. Honestly, I probably would have gotten it out around this time if I'm being honest, but the reason why I haven't is because I'm working on a video that's, in terms of like the content that I make now, the biggest video I've ever made. The biggest video I've ever made is still my Skullgirls one, which if you're interested in that, go back to December 2024 on my channel and you'll find it. It's 6.5 hours. But in terms of like these like review style videos, like these video essay-esque videos, this will most definitely be the longest one I've made. And the reason being is because like going through a whole story, and not like the same way I did with like Witch Hat Atelier. Like, I'm legit going through the whole story. Why is it getting this treatment? I like it. That's all it really is. It just so happens that the way I did Witch Hat Atelier compared to the way I did this, it was literally like the flip of a coin. It could have been either one. And it just so happens that I decided to start with this one. I'm not gonna review what it is, not yet, because I'm really excited to make this video. But I just finished the script. All I gotta do is revise it, and then I can start working on the video. But ideally, I'll be able to start working on it tomorrow, and I can see how far I can get with that, because like usually, oh, I'm so sorry. Usually my videos are like 10 to 20 pages long. Usually most of them being 10 to 15, but like the longer ones are like 20, around there. But this one's 71 pages and it might get longer after my revisions, so it's gonna be a lot. But I'm really excited for this video, and honestly I wouldn't have it any other way. I could have trimmed down a lot of it, and it probably could have been like 30 to 40 pages. But honestly, I'm fine with that. Because I'm happy with the way it's turned out so far. And for the video that I'm making, I think it deserves it. I think it genuinely deserves it. So I just hope you all can bear with me for now. I did give you guys a video in May, so that doesn't make up for the lack of videos, but I hope to get this video out by July. Ideally the end of July, because of how long this video might take. But then again, if I really lock in, I might be able to get it out before then. Like, how I did with the Vinland Saga video, which granted I think that had like around like 40 pages. So we'll see. We'll see. I might have to chill out on the editing for that one. But then again, we don't cut corners around here, or at least as much as I used to anyway. But gone are the days of me uploading 3 times a month because that's not possible. That is not possible anymore. But then again, who knows? Then again, who really knows? Anyways, yeah, stay tuned for that. I'll give updates on the community post tab when I can. But right now, yeah, that's the progress so far, to give you guys a little update. But anyways, that's not what we're here for. We're here for Steins Gate. So if you wanna see where we were at, like through the story so far, I do recommend checking the VODs, seeing like how far I've gotten, if you're interested. But what's it called? I'm sorry, let me click on this video. There you go. But yeah, let's continue. The world twists into unrecognizable shapes. The floor is shaking. Or is it me? My vision blurs and loses color. The world lurches. I struggle to keep my balance. As I brace myself against further shaking, I try to analyze what I'm experiencing. This is far more intense than what had happened when we sent the D-mails yesterday. And yet, I felt it before. I remember. This is what I felt right before the mass disappearance phenomenon. The shaking stops. I relax my body and look around. Has the past changed? Of course it has. That bizarre sensation just now is proof. I look around the room. There you go. The phone wave, name subject to change, which should have about 90 seconds left in a timer, is silent. Daru's here. Mayuri's here. Kurisu's here. Where's Moeka?
指圧しろ。どこに行った？
Daru and Kurisu, who are discussing something in front of the X68000, look at me strangely. Ah, again, this feeling of wrongness. It's the same as yesterday.
指圧師？
オカリン、日本語で OK。
I leave the development room and check the lounge, behind the sofa, in a dressing room, the bathroom, and a shower room. I look at the window at the street below, but Moeka is nowhere to be found. She's gone. She's gone. No, I always had trouble with those ellipses, like finding the right pause to where it's not like dramatic, but it's also like it's a pause. No way. Yeah. This is exactly what happened on the streets of Akiba. Why did she disappear? Because I experimented on her? Where did she go? Did I erase her from history? Did I banish her into the space between Alright, Okabe, come on. I start quivering in horror at the magnitude of my error. In a daze, I step up to Mayuri, who's eating a banana. I grab her shoulders and shake her.
桐生萌香は今の今までここにいただろう。
I love that whenever, like, this is more than a one-time thing. He just does this to Mayuri sometimes.
桐生萌香だ。
Daru and Kurisu give me strange looks as well.
それ誰？
聞いたことない。
そんな。
So I did erase Moeka's existence. No, that can't be. I won't accept that I killed her.
岡部、まさかまた？
またってどういう意味だ？
昨日も似たようなことがあった。私たちの記憶にないことをあんたは覚えていた。なんだっけ？
Reading Steiner.
そうそう、リーディングしたいな。
I love that she's taking it seriously. Yes, it's the name I gave this phenomenon, or rather, my ability to perceive it. When the world line changes, everyone's memories are reconstructed to match. That's what John Tyler said. But somehow, I alone retain my memories even after the changes. Or excuse me, even after the past changes. New Night Rain boss. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, I gotta check the stream. I don't expect anybody to be here, if I'm being honest, but you know. We ball. We ball. So I'm not your ball. I named his power reading Steiner. Or reading Steiner. Curse, remembered. To tell the truth, I just made it up out of thin air. Yeah, one, don't you? But now that Moeka has disappeared, I want to believe that this power is real. So either memories of Moeka that disappeared, not Moeka herself. I need to contact Moeka and make sure I didn't erase her very existence. But I don't know her phone number. The only way to contact her is by email. I sent her a message saying, reply the second you read this mail. And all I can do is wait for her reply. Please, reply. Which, to be fair, like, this isn't like knowledge that I shouldn't have, or, well, better yet, knowledge that I should be using because of knowing this game's plot. But in his shoes, right, in Okabe's shoes, the fact that her email is even there in the first place should be a sign that he's at least met her. So she's existed. So her being erased entirely would mean that she wouldn't be here in the first place. So he wouldn't have known about her in this timeline at all. So it's at least credence to show that she was alive at some point. In fact, I'm anything but fine. I'm fighting desperately to deny the possibility that I might have erased Moeka from existence.
今の実験のことどの辺まで覚えている？
今実験をしたことさえ覚えてない。たった今あんたは D メールを送ったのね。
ああ。ただし昨日とは少し状況が違う。D メールを送ったのは俺ではなく桐生萌香だ。
And then she vanished in the thin air. Which reminds me, when I sent the Lotto 6 mail yesterday, Daru teleported from the development room into the lounge. Moeka might not have disappeared. She probably just teleported somewhere. I hope that's it. In an attempt to calm myself down, I checked my phone's history for the mails Moeka and I exchanged. That's strange. The mails she sent me are there, up until the one I received on July 31st at 12:43. But after that, the dozens of mails I remember receiving from her are gone. The email she sent to cancel the phone model exchange was set to arrive on July 31st. The time paradox erased Moeka from existence the instant she received the email. I shiver when I realize I can't find any problems with that hypothesis. No way. It can't be. I mean, all her email said was, don't change the phone models. That's harmless, right? But then, what caused Moeka to disappear from his room like that? Why does it look like Moeka vanished 4 days ago?
クリスティーナ、もし仮に D メールによってタイムパラドックスが発生したらどうなると思う？
わからない。タイムパラドックスを経験した人間は未だかつて一人もいないから。
以前世界が消えるというようなことを言っていなかったか？
あくまでそういう説もあると言っただけ。もしかしたら何も起きないかもしれないし、某映画みたいにパラドックスに対する歴史の修正が入るかもしれない。ドクター・ホーキングは時間順序保護仮説でタイムパラドックスが起きる可能性の行為はそもそも実行不可能だとしてるし。
That's Stephen Hawking. I don't think I can tell. Alright, chronology or chronology, protection, conjecture. And Stephen, wow, I'm Stephen Hawking. Wow, great. In quantum mechanics, a theory proposed by Stephen Hawking that states that time travel is impossible. Any attempt to travel through time will be prevented by quantum effects. Successful time travel requires infinite field energy, which is impossible to obtain. In other words, the laws of causality, and by extension, the chronology of timeline of the or chronology or timeline of the universe are protected by the quantum mechanics, or protected by quantum mechanics. Do I have something just? What have I not read? Yeah, I read all of them. So all we have are theories.
あのね、マユシーはよくわかんないけど、今もマユシーやオカリンたちがちゃんとこうしておしゃべりできてるっていうことはね、きっとそのパラドックスは起きてないんだよ。萌香さんっていう人もね、マユシーは知らないけどきっと大丈夫。
さすがマユシ、アホの子だね。
マユシーはアホの子じゃないよ。
I'm amazed that my Yuri and Daru can have such a carefree conversation despite all that's happened. They don't realize the gravity of the situation. It might have erased someone's very existence. In fact, if Moeka really has vanished, then that means the phone wave, named subject to change, is also responsible for the mass disappearance phenomenon I witnessed in Akihabara. What if I erased all those people? I don't want to consider such a frightening possibility, so I desperately shake the thought out of my head. Huh? The mail. Is it Moeka? I checked the mail with hope in my heart. He starts tearing up, yep. The whole screen will because he's tearing up. My body goes limp from relief. A reply? She sent a reply. Moeka still exists. She didn't disappear. Relief washes away my fear. My eyes fill with tears, not because I was worried for Moeka, but because I thought I might be responsible for the horror of erasing someone's existence.
何が起きたか説明して、岡部。
Urged by courage, so I explain everything that just happened.
今この場からその桐生なんとかさんが消えたのは因果率を考えれば不自然じゃない気がしてきた。
どういうことだ。
詳しい経緯はわからないけど、過去を改変したことで今回の場合は7月31日以降今日までの4日間の桐生さんの行動が微妙に変化した。その結果、今この時間には桐生さんはラボには来なかったというふうに再構成された。
So that's why it looked like she teleported. I'm reminded of the teleporting Jobana, but I guess it's not the same thing. Well, what good did it become a jelly man after all?
そんなことありえるん？
なんとも言えない。D メールを送った事実も抹消されてしまうなら、その D メールは誰が送ったのかっていうパラドックスになるし、それともう一つ、岡部に起きていることが消せない。
何？
リーディングシュタイナーのこと。ちなみにその造語、恥ずかしいからやめた方がいい。
お前の個人的見解は必要ない。
I'm finally able to joke Kurisu again. Or maybe she wasn't joking. That's none of her business.
さっきのあんたの説明じゃ D メールを送ったのも受け取ったのもあんたじゃなかった。なのにあんただけが世界線が変わる前のことを覚えている。でもこれってあんたのただの妄想じゃない？
脳内嫁ですね。わかります。
わかるな。お前のような変態紳士と一緒にされたくはない。
桐生さんって人はもともと存在しなかった。あるいは桐生なんとかさんは実在するけど、その人が D メールを送った事実は妄想だった。え？
I fall on my knees and press my hand against my left eye.
左目がこの魔眼レーディングシュタイナーがうずく。
So I know he takes you seriously, Okabe. It's literally just boy who cried wolf, like.
オカリン大丈夫？
Mary peeks anxiously at my face, but I lightly push her aside.
ダメだ。前より俺に近づくな。今の俺はお前を傷つけてしまうかもしれん。
I find it so cute how they added that little detail. He didn't push her too hard because he didn't want to hurt her. That's so adorable.
でもオカリンすごく苦しそうだよ。
釣りっしょ。
そうよね。
大丈夫だ。このうずきはいつものこと。すぐに収まる。この魔眼がある限り俺は機関に狙われ続ける。あらゆる世界と時間とを見通す力。しかしそれは同時に諸刃の剣でもある。
Yo, can you tell them about? Bro, I'm gonna crash out. Oh my god.
あらゆる世界とあらゆる時間を見通す魔眼のせいで人間としての因果律から外れてしまった。だがそれでもこのラボだけは守ると誓ったのだ。だから魔眼よ静まってくれ。
It's pretty good voice acting. Like I gotta give it to him. I kneel and press my head against the floor. Man, sometimes it can be annoying though. Like, and then I take a deep breath and gradually remove my hand from my left eye. My Yuri rubs my back.
オカリン苦しいの？
いやもう大丈夫だ。
My Yuri's so sweet. I stand up and I shoot Kuris with a sharp glare.
何よ、今のただの演技でしょ。
クリスティーナ、お前は間違っている。すでにこれまでの実験で証明されているんだよ。俺のリーディングシュタイナーは本物だ。
はいはい、12秒12秒。
Eh? Eh? All of them, man. All of them. You have the gentleman pervert. You have the well, My Dress Up Darling. I never watched it, but I know that one of the characters makes the dresses while the other one wears them. Mayuri's the one who makes the dresses, and then you have the Chunibyu nonsense guy.
なんで私に注目してんのよ。見るの禁止。
In any case, I successfully deflected Kurisu's question. Okabe, you dumb. Oh my gosh. Questions about reading Shiner. I don't feel able to answer right now. My emotions are a jumble, just as they were after Titer called me the Messiah. Is this power real? If it is, then what does that make me? An unknown power sleeps within me. That thought sends a chill down my spine. I sit on the bench in front of the Broadtube workshop, staring into the night sky. I try sorting out what happened this afternoon, but it's impossible. The more I think about it, the more confused I get. And then I hear footsteps coming down from the second floor. Soon, my Yuri and Kurisu emerge.
帰るのか？
岡部ってずっとここに泊まり込んでるの？
まあな、マッドサイエンティストたるもの研究所に寝泊まりして研究だけに没頭するぐらいでなければ務まらない。
形から入るのって良くないと思うわけだが。
でもね、この場所ってとっても便利だよね。マユシーもお父さんお母さんが許してくれるならここに泊まりたいよ。
え？本気？
そしたらバイトに行くのもすぐだもん。ねえねえクリスちゃん、今度みんなでお泊まり会しよう。
男性陣がいないのなら OK。
それは無理だ。
Yeah, well, say this is his house.
だったらまゆりさん、私のホテルに来たら？
ああ、そういえばそんな約束してたもんね。じゃあ今度お邪魔するね。
いつでも言ってくれていいから。それじゃあ。
Kurisu waves goodbye and starts walking the opposite direction from Akihabara Station. It's gonna take forever to get used to, man. Yuri doesn't move from that spot. Instead, she starts doing her usual thing, Stardust handshake. She looks up to the night sky, raising her hand as if to grasp the stars. And with perfect timing, a shooting star crosses the sky.
オカリ
ああ、流れ星だな。願い事はしたか？
Mary doesn't answer. She keeps gazing at the sky.
オカリンって小学生の頃すごい熱を出して1ヶ月ぐらい寝込んでたことがあったよね。
A month. I forgot. That
何
was
を
that
突然言い出
long.
すんだ？
It was about 10 years ago, at the turn of the century when the world was in an uproar over Y2K. Near the end of 1999, I had a fever of nearly 40 degrees Celsius that lasted about a month. I didn't recover until the new year. At least that's what I've been told. I don't remember it myself. According to my parents, I was unconscious the whole time, tossing and turning. The doctor said it was a miracle I didn't die. I didn't remember it being this bad. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Dang. Because of that fever, I didn't get to experience the Millennium Countdown event. And they never figured out what caused it either.
あの時ね、マユシーはオカリンが死んじゃうんじゃないかって思ってすごく怖かったんだよ。
It's a pretty crazy thought to have when you're 6 years old. But then again, I guess she's older
お
now.
ばあちゃんと一緒にお空に祈ってたの。オカリン死なないでって。
この俺が死ぬはずがないだろう。何しろ10年前の時点で俺はトーマス・エジソンに匹敵する IQ170 の頭脳を持つマッドサイエンティストだったのだからな。
Actually, I'm not sure what Edison's IQ was.
そうだったんだ。オカリンってすごいんだね。
She just brushes it off.
でもね、まだちっちゃかったマユシーはそのことがわからなかったからお空に祈ってて。でね、大晦日もうすぐ年が明けるっていう時にね、流れ星がピューって流れたの。今みたいに。流れ星はね、消える前に3回願い事を唱えることができたら 願いが叶うんだよ。知ってたかな？
Of course, it's the most common of common knowledge.
もちろんマユシーは一生懸命3回唱えたの。
Then Mayuri finally lowers her hand and turns to me. She said that with her hand up the entire time? On her face is a soft smile.
次の日、年が明けた頃にね、オカリンは熱が下がって目を覚ましたのです。つまりマユシーはオカリンの命の恩人なんだよ。
いや違うな。あの状況で助かったのはシュタインズゲートの選択だ。
そうなの？
そうなのだ。
そっか。
Mary looks a little disappointed.
ねえねえ、熱が下がった時ね、オカリンはこんなことを言ってたんだけど覚えてる？急に見ているものがぐにゃぐにゃしてきて立っていられなくてフラフラして、んで体がビクってなったって。さっきのオカリンもね、そんな感じだったよ。大丈夫？また熱出して倒れたりしない？
The concern on her face is so sincere, as if she's worried about my reaction to Moeka's disappearance. Jeez, my hostage is worrying about me. Find myself giving her a wry smile.
案ずるな。何も心配ない。
As I brush her worry off with a shrug, I think back to what happened 10 years ago. When I woke up from that fever, the first thing I saw was my Yuri's crying face. She's right. I vaguely remember describing my collapse that way. Come to think of it, it does seem to match with the sensation I felt a few hours ago when reading Steiner activated.
そうか。この俺の魔眼はまさにあの時にこの身に宿ったのだな。
So that's the choice of Steins Gate. I really was bold with this power. No wonder John Titor thinks I'm the Messiah. My maniacal laughter echoes into the night. Oh, come here, you're such a dork. I know, Mayuri. I know. The next day, the lab gets an unusual guest. Lukako.
おお、ルカシじゃんか。
こんにちは、橋田さん、岡部さん。
ルカコ、妖刀サミダレを持ってこないとは何事だ。今日お前が来ると聞いて、俺は殿下の宝刀ミストルティンの封印を解いたというのに、お前には失望したぞ。
Let's see. There's a bunch of nonsense. No. Okay. To be fair, I actually do remember this. I don't remember if it was a character in Fire Emblem, or if it was a sword, which I honestly. Oh, Kirby. What? Oh, that's cool. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. That's cool. Not Kirby, the Fire Emblem. I need to look this up to see. Someone had a weapon. I forgot who. I think it was the sleepy fairy girl from Fire Emblem. Then again, I can't remember though, so can't say definitively. But yeah, it is Norse mythology. It's not nonsense. In Norse mythology, a legendary sword born from a sprig of mistletoe. According to prophecy, this sword will slay the undying god Balder, thus beginning the final war of the gods, Ragnarok. Misteltein. Dirk Nowitzki? What are you talking about, Dirk Nowitzki? Where's... How do I pronounce this word? Misteltein. pronunciation. P. Pushing P. Miss Stilton. Oh. Mistletoe. Miss Stilton. I like Mistletoe better. Actually, I didn't know he was coming.
すみません。今から取りに戻りますから。
いや、もういいんだ。サミダレとミストルティンの開口はまたもお預けか。
I look at the window with an expression of
つ
melancholy.
うか本当と北欧神話の負けって釣り合わなさすぎてカオスなんだけど、そもそもオカリン模造刀なんて持ってた？
僕どうしたら。
ルカコよ、お前は俺の弟子でありながらまだいまいち真剣さが足りんな。
すみません。
こんな調子では使い物になるまでにまだまだ時間がかかるだろう。どうだ、なんだったら我がラボに入ってみないか？
You know, honestly, it's a very good question. Like at the end of the day, like, him and Ferris both talk to Mayuri, Daru, and Okabe, so it's not like they don't have any reason to, or any reason not to. I mean,
ですか？
Lukako looks at me blankly.
でも僕どんくさいですし、科学とか機械とかよくわかりませんし、きっと足を引っ張っちゃいます。それでもいいですか？
I mean, Mayuri doesn't do much, so why wouldn't you?
マユリと変わらないではないか。
Yeah, I'm about to say. Mayuri's there for
ル
moral
カ君
support.
ならね、大歓迎だよ。でもね、ルカ君をラボ面にするならマユシーはオカリンに一つ条件があるのです。ルカ君をいじめないことっていう条件。
Mayuri forces her way between us as if to protect Lukako. She's the one who called Lukako here. They're classmates. Oh, I actually didn't know
それ
that.
とルカ君はね、今日はマユシーのお客様なんだよ。衣装合わせに来たんだから邪魔しちゃダメなのです。
Wow.
まゆりちゃん、でも僕コスプレはするつもりはないから。本当に衣装合わせだけでいいんだよね。うん、サイズが合ってるかどうかの確認だけだよ。
Just like Mayuri forced him to come. As far as she's concerned, pretty boys exist only to make her cosplay fantasies come true.
じゃ
Dang, man, but like, if you saw him on the street, it really is hard to tell that he's a guy because of the way he's dressed. Granted, that's not to say that like men wearing effeminate clothing or feminine clothing in general isn't a thing. It's really a thing. It's just that Lukaku's case is not the strongest because he hasn't grown into an adult yet. He really still does look effeminate. Like effeminate at the least, feminine at the most. Just wait till you see adult Lukako. I wonder if like anybody watching, if your opinion will change. Mayuri shows off the costume she made.
ライネットのキラリちゃんだよ。
Is it just my imagination? Or is that outfit pretty skimpy? I don't know if it's his first time seeing it, but Lukako just stares at the costume dumbfounded.
とりあえず完成度は 70% ってところなんだけどね。今この場でルカ君に試着してほしいんだ。
Lukako glances at me and Daru, then looks down to hide a blush.
無理だよ
I don't blame him.
お願い
Here's where I, as Lukaku's master, ought to help out.
我が弟子よ。衣装というのは己を変革するためにも重要な要素の一つだ。それを着ることでお前も成長できるかもしれんぞ。早速袖を通してみるがいい。
岡部さんまでそんなことを。僕こんな恥ずかしい格好できません。
そこで恥ずかしがるからダメだというのだ。
そうだよ、きっとね、とっても可愛くなるよ。
それにまゆりはお前に来てもらうために一生懸命そのこそを作っているのだぞ。
I'm just saying, you're cool, Paul. He's not comfortable with it, then I don't think you should push it on them. But you know,
眠る時間も大好物のバナナを胃袋に入れる時間もジューシー唐揚げナンバーワンをチンする時間も削ってひたすらチクチクチクチク針と糸を動かしミシンを走らせていたのだぞ。その努力には報いるべきだ。
そうですけど。
the good-natured Lukako is already bending to the power of my words.
さあさあさあ、
Oh,
ルカ君変身しよう。変身。ちょっと待って。
she kidnapped him. What? That's the most like dynamic I've seen the JPEGs be. Mayuri grabs Lukako's arm and drags him into the changing room. Mayuri, what are you doing in there with him? Mayuri. Mayuri, get out of there.
すごくゆりです。
He says that with such a wow. it's it's so wild just it's so wild just seeing it here. Just Yuri, homosexual romance between women, or works of fiction depicting such. I thought Yuri was homosexual romance between men. Hold on, let me look this up. Yuri. Yuri alone thought no, like Yuri, like definition. Let's see. Yuri, also known by the Wasei Ego Construction Girls Love, is a genre of Japanese media. Wow. Yuri is female. Then what's Yuri? So then what's the male one? What's the male gay one? What? What's that one called? Yaoi. It's Yaoi. Yaoi's the male one. Yuri is the female. Okay, that's what it was. There you go. There you go. Yuri.
違うな。あれはユリではない。
Yeah, that's a.
なぜ
Yeah.
ル
Lukaku's
カ
a
コは
guy.
男だからだ。
It's not gay if one of them's a man.
ということは逆領辱ですか。むはー、実にけしからん。
Daru, relax. These are minors, bro. What are you talking about? His imagination knows no bounds. Reverse. Wow. A few minutes pass, out comes Mayuri first. She looks satisfied.
ルカくん、ほら、恥ずかしがらずに出てきてよ。
Lukako doesn't make an appearance, even when Mayuri calls him.
ルカくん、
Finally, a nervous Lukako comes out of the dressing room. Oh, that dress is super skimpy. Poor Lukako. Poor Lukako. Lukako looks like he's about to cry. I can already see the tears forming. Isn't that skirt a little too short? Those bare legs are truly Wait, oh god, oh god! I'm looking at a guy's legs. What the hell am I saying? Why are his legs shaved? What's going on here, Lukako?
マユシーは感動だよ。やっとルカくんに来てもらえた。
You made this poor man wear 70% of a finished dress. Outfit. It's not a dress.
恥ずかしい。男なのに女装なんて。あのね、可愛いは正義なんだよ。
Cuteness is justice, yeah.
わけがわからないよ。
Oh, Lukako, I'm so
さ
sorry.
すがはマユシの仕事だな。服もモデルも互いに引き立て合ってる。3次元においてはフェイリスタン最強説を唱えている僕だけど、このルカ氏に対してはついついローアングラー化したくなるよ。
Oh, you pervert. You pervert. Oh my goodness. Cameramen who photograph female cosplayers and idols from a low angle can be found where cosplayers congregate, such as Komima and Akihabara's pedestrian heaven, aka perverts. Okabe, keep the family away. Curry, LeBron, keep the family away.
オカリンの感想はどうかな。
そうだな。
Bro just busted, bro. What the heck was that? Oh. Hold on, let me see if I can find that video, bro. Hold on. What's that one video? What's that one video? Here it is, yep. Cause it's the the most sus rage on Alright, let me change the monitor real quick so I can show this. Game capture, Steins game, search, there you go. Let me show this real quick. Oh my gosh, that video is so funny, bro. It's an oldie, it's an old one. But man, it's just so funny. Oh my gosh, I love that video so much. Cause like he really just starts moaning for no reason. Good God, bro. Oh my goodness. Is it really what Okami was sounding like here? Hold on. Let's see if I can get the backlog. I gotta. There you go.
Ohそうだな。
Oh no, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? When Ursha talk, I nod vaguely. Alrighty. I'm fascinated but it's mortifying to admit that. Lukako is Lukako. Lukako is a man. Male. A man shouldn't be fascinated by no. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say that, especially during June. Again, if you're watching this game was made during a different time. Where, you know, I don't remember, like, I think, like, open, like, gay marriage was, became, like, what's the word, like, legal in the US? I don't remember if it was, like, legal or, like a law was passed for it. I think it was to, like, you could, like, get married as a gay couple. Let me look it up so I don't spread misinformation. There's a 2015 gay marriage law. Yeah, in 2015 in the US. Yeah. Legalized same-sex marriage nationwide. Yep, in 2015. 10 years ago now, actually. Literally to the day. 10 years ago now, actually. That's crazy. What? Yeah, that's so cool. Shout out gay marriage, man. That's cool. But yeah, like I'm not one to stand on a pedestal and preach, cause like I'm a straight man. Like I don't really have the place to. But we can't really advocate for stuff like that. Like this off of just like pure conjecture alone, like, or not even just off of conjecture, just in general, because that's suppressing another person's like desire. And you know, like Lukako is not gay, that's perfectly fine. But saying that another man just shouldn't be fascinated by another man is rude, in my opinion, considering the fact that like people are different, and gay men are going to exist the same way gay women are, the same way like a non-binary person exists, or you know, pansexual, or one of my friends is gender fluid. You know, people like that exist all the time. You know, transsexuals, all that stuff. Like, you know, it's just something that like I feel like it's more common, especially in the U.S. And you know, I feel like it's just doing a better job on our part, since it's definitely like more our generation now, like the Gen Z, to try to spread it, and not in a sense of like spread it like, oh, more people do it, but like spread it as a more commonly accepted practice and thing. Like you know, like the LGBT are in a press group, same way you would look at like people of color, you know, like black people, or like Asian people, or Irish people, or people like that, like especially like I'm saying more like Irish and Asian people in like the 20th century, but you know, it's still a real thing. I'm not saying it disappeared, but yeah, just like, you know, just be conscious, you know, of who you're around, and like accepting them who they are, whether you agree with it or not isn't the issue here. It's more just understanding that like that's how someone is, and to shame somebody for being who they are, you know, isn't fair to them or to yourself even, because that's spreading rot in your body. But you know, again, like Lukaku's a man. Like Lukaku's just a straight man. If he doesn't want to cosplay, he doesn't want to cosplay. Anyways, I'm ranting. Let me just move on. Open my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ今強烈な精神攻撃を受けている。いや、機関の差し金ではなく、むしろこいつはこの町を守護する大いなる巫女の末裔で、まずい、心が侵食されている。まさか秋葉にはまだこれほどの先盛りがいたとは。こいつを覚醒させられることができれば、機関による汚染も最小限にできるはず。分かっている。まだこの町を奴らの手に渡すわけにはいかない。これがシュタインズゲートの選択なのだな。エルプサイコングルー。
I always find it so funny, not to get off topic again, but how I just start ranting during these late night streams. Like I don't even believe like what I said was really wrong, but it's just more like the fact that we even got there in the first place. Like, it's just so funny to me. But you know, when you're playing a game that you like, and you know, a topic comes up that you want to discuss, you know, that's how it is. Hope I didn't offend anybody with that, by the way. just more speaking my mind. I catch my breath, pull my phone away, or put away my phone, and turn back and smile at Lukako and the others who are staring blankly at me.
ルカ子よ、我が不肖の弟子よ。以後戦いの時にはそのコストサミダレ装備で臨むがいい。
キラリちゃんは刀は持たないよ。むしろね、ウーパーを持つとぴったりだよ。
Are you serious? What? You're telling me this CG is 25% of the CGs up to this point, and I got a trophy for it? That is insane. Oh, sorry, forgot to read that. Barry in high spirits makes Lukako hold the repercussion. That's definitely a lot better to cover up more of him, so thank God. His lips tremble as he reluctantly accepts the cushion. He clearly doesn't know what to do with it.
機関による魔の手はこの秋葉にまで迫ろうとしている。
I pretend not to notice Lukako's distress.
お前はこの混沌渦巻く首都を守る先森柳林神社に生まれし巫女よ。今こそその役目を果たす時。わかるか、ルカ子よ。
No.
故に俺は常にお前に厳しく接しているのだ。この町を守る使命がお前にはある。
そうなんですか？
そうだとも。
その下品な笑いやめたら。外まで丸聞こえだぞ。恥ずかしい。
Kurisu enters the lab with those remarks. She's coming in late. She's a company executive or something. But when is late?
クリスちゃん、トゥットゥルー。
やってくるなりこの俺に生意気な口を叩くお前は助手ではないか。
助手じゃない。何度も言わせるな。だいたい痛い毛で気弱そうな女の子をおもちゃにして調子に乗ってるなんて最低だわ。そう思わないの？
痛い毛で気弱そうな女の子をおもちゃにするだと？
いちいち反応するな、変態。
It's so funny. It just is hentai like legit just a direct translation of pervert? Cause that'd be so funny. I know it's a genre, of course, but like hentai definition. Let me see. The genre of Japanese manga and anime. Yeah, of course, that's just porn, but like pervert in Japanese. Cause it's so funny that that genre is just. Yeah, no, it's legit. It's legit just hentai. Hentai transfer. What? Yeah, pervert. Yeah. What do you mean it's metamorphosis? Oh, Google Translate. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, hentai is just pervert. Or pervert is just hentai. Correcting it is a. Or, that's right. Christina doesn't know that Lukaku's a guy. Correcting it is a pain, so I don't say anything. What do you mean correcting it is a pain? You
そ
can...
れにしても
Oh my gosh. Whatever, man.
クリスティーナよ。ルカ子の全身を下から上へと寝め回すようにして見つめるのはよせ。
してないわよ、そんなこと。
クリスちゃん、どうかな、このコス。ルカ君にすごく似合ってるって思うでしょ？
これが噂に聞くジャパニメーション文化の一つ、コスプレなのか。
Why she say that? Well, I guess Well, no, because LARPing is still cosplay as well. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that is like a 21st century thing, I guess.
とてもキュートね。
キュートだなんてそんな。
Lukako's eyes get wetter and wetter. Part time, let's go. Let's go west. I love Suzuha. Alright, part-time warrior. What's going on? Sounds like you're having fun up there. Is that a girl scream I heard? You're not doing something dirty, are you? The Tokyo people have loose sexual morals? I don't really understand that stuff. Something dirty, playing, or having fun, scream. Let's see, what's this one? Sounds like you have an sounds like you have an overactive imagination. Or is it wishful thinking, I wonder? Scream. Don't worry, that wasn't a girl screaming. But it was a guy. What, do you want to join in the lab? Something tells you you're just looking for an excuse to skip work. Please join our lab. Please join our lab.
どうしてそんなに悲しそうなの？あなたはとても可愛いんだから、もっと自信を持つべきよ。
Carissa doesn't know, so she's not doing it intentionally, but I guess that makes things complicated for Lukako. She changed the topic for Lukako's sake. While I am a mad scientist, I also happen to be a perfect gentleman. That is not true. That is not true at all. I comb my hair back with my fingers.
ルカコ、お前の望みを聞こう。
ハイパーアクロバティックな会話のつなげ方だな。
聞けルカコ、思考は具象化する。そしてこの日本は言霊の国。一旦下に乗せた言葉には力が宿る。お前も晴れてオタク世界の住人となった今、はっきり望みを言葉に出しておくべきだ。そうすればこの地の混沌がシュタインズゲートの選択に影響を及ぼし、お前を後押しする。
僕の願いですか？
Lukako puts his hands together in front of his waist and bends his head slightly to his side. His cheeks turn light pink. His bashful, squirming appearance with wet, upturned eyes would make anyone who saw him either want to hug him real tight or smack him upside the head. It's that damn powerful.
その聞いても笑いませんか？
Man, we're already here, huh? We are already here. Wow. Oh shoot, I didn't think we'd be here that soon. Aren't I lucky that I chose Lukako as a thumbnail then, huh? Aren't I lucky? Okay then, I guess we're doing this then.
恥ずべきことは何もない。堂々と宣誓するのだ。
そりゃ世界を混沌にうんたらとか言ってるバカに比べれば、どんな願い事も恥ずかしくはないわな。
I'll slime you.
そこの助手、人の望みを笑うとは品性が知れるぞ。
That is very true. Something I do take very seriously. Just not even like something I'm stubborn about, but just something like not like a standard either, like a code of conduct I wear on my heart is like never laugh at anybody's dreams. And it sounds corny because like obviously it's from One Piece, but it's also like it's a very true sentiment, you know. Like Vince Staples actually has a line about it. Let me see if I can find it. It won't take too long, just give me 1 second. Genius. It's funny how I bring up Vince Staples out of nowhere, but a song with Andre 3000 on it too. This album, it's the album that came out June 30th, 2015, almost 10 years ago. And it will be 10 years when, what's it called? in 4 days. There you go. Yeah. Then the interlude. Yeah, cause all we got is dreams, man. And y'all ain't never had. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's basically like, quote, cause all we got is these dreams, man. Y'all ain't never had to not have nothing. That's the last thing you want for anybody. Is to not really have anything at all. And like that's more like my mantra with it. Like at the end of the day, like someone's dream can mean the world to them. And like, you know, I mean, to even call it a dream at all shows how important it is to somebody. Because even though it might not be attainable, it's still something they want and desire. Like with their whole heart. And that's why dreams to me are like one of the purest forms of desire. Whether, you know, like that's not vanity, but like lust in a way. Or not lust, greed and lust in a way. But like still, dreams are very important to people. I know my dream is important to me, and like to make fun of that, no matter how silly it sounds to someone else, is disrespectful. One of the highest forms of disrespect to me. Then again, there's no point in getting serious about it. It's just a silly scene.
マユシーの願い事はね、美味しいものをお腹いっぱい食べることと、ウーパグッズでラボを埋め尽くすことと、ルカ君にコスを着てもらうこと。
Even something as frivolous as silly as that.
マユリには聞いていない。
マユシーのお願いもショタインザゲートに後押ししてほしいよ。
That is not what he said. Shota in the gate. An exceptionally cute boy or young man. Such characters are primarily designed to appeal to a what's it called? A female demographic. A Shota character, or a Shoto. Young men.
ショタインザゲートってその間違い方神レベルだろう。なんかそこはかとなくインモラルな香りが。
Do you serve any other purpose than to be a pervert, bro? Oh my gosh. We all ignore Daru, as you should. Lukako puts his hands to his mouth and casts his eyes downward. The same gesture as a female junior confessing her love to a male senior underneath a cherry tree. Cuteness overload. Must resist.
女の子になりたいです。
はい。
Kurisu is the first to react. Her expression is of utter confusion. Well, that's only natural. Not even I expected that. So I accidentally swallowed my...
自分の顔あんまり好きじゃなくて、だからもし女の子になれれば少しは自信が出るかなって昔から思ってたんです。
This is one thing about Lukako's story that I do like, or well, not do like, because to say like, oh, I don't like him at all. Like, no, that's not it at all. It's just more like Lukako is an interesting representation of like not being comfortable in your own skin, feeling like you were born as the wrong gender, or like, you know, like born in a wrong body, which, you know, a lot of trans people go through. That's why they switch. And in a sense, this is kind of like a, I don't know if I want to say metaphor for being a transsexual, or excuse me, is transsexual a date? No, it's better to just say transgender. Yeah, just being a transgender, being a transgender individual. This is a common thought, you know, like I don't feel comfortable in the body that I'm in, or better yet, just like I don't feel comfortable as the gender that I am. And like this is a fair thought to have. So I've seen that in like 2009 when like what's it called, being homophobic and being like transphobic and all that was like super rampant, and not like saying like, oh, it was cool to be it. Like, no, it was just like very insensitive time for people of the LGBT. It's nice to see something like this. So he has no confidence in himself. He's prettier than any girl here, and yet he has no confidence. I'm unaware of the reason for this. It's because he's a guy.
待て、ちょっと待って。
Kurusu starts rubbing her temples.
彼女は何を言ってるの？
我が助手よ。いや、クリスティーナよ。
助手でもクリスティーナでもないと言っとろうが。
お前は決定的な間違いを犯している。
間違い？
わからないか、クリスティーナ。わからないだろうな。それはお前の目が邪念で曇っているからに他ならない。
どういうことよ。
ならば教えよう。お前はここにいるルカ子のことを痛い毛で気弱そうな女の子と言ったが、こいつは女の子ではない。男だ。
何の冗談だそれ。
冗談も何もアカシックレコードにも明記してある揺らぐことなき真実だ。
Oh, I heard that before. The Akashic Records. The Akashic Records, a database in which every event in the whole universe from past to future is recorded. The memory of humanity's collective consciousness. Not in vinyl. The Library of Alexandria. Sorry about that. Or the Atlas Institute from Fate. Kurusu looks at Dara and Mayuri as if seeking help, but they nod with a knowing look in their eyes. As for Lukako himself, he's just hanging his head in shame.
これは釣られてもいいネタ？
え？
え？
Kurusu suddenly turns away as if to avoid my gaze. Then she walks up to Lukako.
漆原さん、岡部の言ってることは本当なの？
はい、僕男です。
嘘だ。こんな可愛い子が男の子のはずが。
That's another one.
いや、逆。それを言うならこんな可愛い子が女の子のはずがないだし。
そういう意味で言ったんじゃなくて。
Does that mean Kurusu knows the meaning of the phrase "someone is cute can't be a girl"? So she is an at channeler.
ルカ子よ。ありのままのお前でいればいいのだ。俺たちは男だろうが女だろうがお前を否定しない。同時にお前の望みもまた俺たちは否定しない。
いちいち俺たちって言い直さなくてもよくね？
Kurusu, unable to calm down after learning the truth, starts touching her own face and checking her hair in her pocket mirror.
あたふたしているな、クリスティーナ。自分よりずっと女の子らしい男がいたことがそれほどショックか？
認めるわ。私は彼女じゃなくて彼に比べれば乱暴な言葉遣いだし態度も悪いし可愛げもない。これってショックで3日は寝込むレベルよ。
I was actually seriously depressed.
クリスちゃんも可愛いよ。
フォローはいらない。ますます惨めになるから。
己の欠点を顧みることができる人間はいずれ強くなる。クリスティーナよ、お前もいずれ立派な女性になれるだろう。今はまだ若いだけだ。
あんたに説教される言われはないぞ。
前言撤回だ。 己の欠点すら顧みようとしないとは器の小さいやつめ。
うるさい。あんたが言うな。
ごめんなさい。僕が変なこと言ったせいで。
Lukako bows his head for some reason. His eyes are red and puffy. For such a cute boy on the verge of tears, Kurisu and I have no choice but to stop arguing.
さて僕の愛用のデジカメはと。
おもむろに撮影会の準備を始めるな、変態。
先生、ローアングラーになりたいです。
But still, it was just a whim to ask Lukako's wish. I hardly expected this to happen. So that's how Lukako thinks of himself.
しかしルカ子よ、その望みどこまで本気なのだ？
If he's truly desperate, then having a sex change operation is probably the best way to go. Judging by his current looks, Lukako could become the star of today or Tokyo's LGBT community. That's what I'm saying, like genuinely. Like, it sounds like jokes, but Lukako genuinely is like a figure in that regard. No, screw that. He could even become a TV personality.
例えば夜眠りについて朝目覚めたら女の子になっていたみたいな、そういうのが憧れなんです。夢見すぎですよね。
Stop it with those puppy dog eyes. Are you that chihuahua from a certain popular commercial? I don't know what you're talking about, though.
ルカ子、かわいいね。そうキュート。
It's like Curtis has been struck by Lukako's cuteness too. Skinny costume he's wearing isn't helping. It's like dunking your brain in a vat of pure moe, then you die. The scary part is that afterwards, you feel an irresistible urge to grant Lukako's every wish. But as Lukako said, it's gonna be hard to find a nice, clean situation in his problem. And then, Kurisu clears her throat.
そういえば聞いたことがあるんだけど。
解説セリフ来たこれ。
お肉をたくさん食べれば男の子を、野菜をたくさん食べれば女の子を産むことができるっていう俗説があるらしい。
ソースは民命処方？
What's this? I think I've heard of this actually, but a fictional publishing house from a certain manga. In this manga, Mimei Shobu publishes books on fictional martial arts. On the internet, quoting Mimei Shobu is a way to jokingly make seinen seem faction.
インターネットで見た。
そういう返しをするとはお主やるな。
何のこと？
Anyway, sounds like an old wives' tale.
知らなかった。じゃあマユシンのママもクリスちゃんのママもたくさんお野菜食べたんだね。
Only my Yuri's impressed.
マユシンはジューシー唐揚げナンバーワンばっかり食べてるから、将来子供を産むときは男の子なのかな。ねえねえ、バナナはお野菜に含まれると思う？
They're fruit. My Yuri's full of questions. I'll leave it to them. My Yuri, they're
それなら狩
fruit.
猟で暮らしていた原始人たちはどうなるのだ？彼らはおのずと男ばかり産むことになり、男女比のバランスが偏ってしまうではないか。そうなれば人類がここまで繁栄できていたかも怪しい。
別にそれが正しいって言ってるわけじゃない。なんとなく思い出しただけよ。いちいち噛みつかないで。
俺は噛みついてなどいない。クリスティーナよ、その説検証してみる気はないか？
どういうこと？
思い出せ。俺たちの手には 電話レンジカッコ仮があるではないか。
電話レンジちゃん、チーンってしたら男の子か女の子かわかるの？
This is a pregnancy test. No way in hell.
いや、あ、そっか。
It's like Kurisu's got it. They don't call her a genius for nothing.
漆原さんのお母さんが妊娠中の時期へ D メールを送るのね。
いかに野菜をもっとたくさん食べろという内容でな。
Lukako, who doesn't know what D-mails are. Mayuri, who's just a little dumb, tilts her head in confusion at the same time.
やってみる価値はあると思わないか。
それは
今さら偽善で取り繕おうとするなよクリスティーナ。俺は知っているぞ。お前がマッドサイエンティストの素質を持つ実験大好きっ子だということ。
誰が実験大好きっ子だ。
違うのか。
Yeah, what to say? Like, is it really a wrong assessment? That settles it.
ちょい待ち。それでもし実験が成功したらどうするん？
どうするとは。
だってルカ氏の性別がマジで変わっちゃうってことじゃん。
それがルカ子の望みだろ。
いやそうだけど、もし性別が変わったらルカ氏が生きてきた16年間の歴史が改変されるんじゃねってこと。それについて誰が責任取るん？
それは
責任は僕が。
Lukako raises his hand timidly.
マジで言ってる？
よくわからないんですけど、その方法を使えば女の子になれるかもしれないんですよね。だったら試してみたいです。どうかお願いします、師匠。
He bows his head to me.
マユリ、お前の意見。
ルカ君が女の子になっちゃったらね、今度からはルカちゃんって呼ばないとダメだね。ルカちゃんはマユシーのコス来てくれる？それとこれとは話が。
Anyway, it doesn't look like Yuri has any objections.
決まりだな。ならばルカ子よ、お前をラボメンナンバー006に命じる。電話レンジカッコ仮は我がラボの最重要機密事項だ。それを使う以上、お前はラボメンとならなければならない。
Oh, Ab is growing so big, man. Love it.
僕このラボのメンバーにずっとなりたいって思っていたんです。そうだったの？言ってくれればよかったのに。言い出す勇気がなくて。それに僕、さっきも言ったんですけど、機械のことさっぱりわからないですし。そんなこと気にしなくていいんだよ。だってね、マユシーもさっぱりだもん。
Yeah, we did talk about this earlier. I'm gonna be proud of Mayuri.
ではルカ子は今この時よりラボメンとなる。異論のある者はいないな。
はーい。
Kurisu raises her hand.
私ラボメンナンバー004を返上したいので 代わりに漆原さんを004にしてあげて。
却下だ。他には？
Yep, there you go.
はあ、
Mayuri and Daru asks, what happened to number 5? But I ignore them. Moriko will always be number 5 on my heart. Good on Okabe, though. Always respect that about him. Loyalty. The other objectives emerge. All members are in favor.
ではルカ子はラボメンナンバー006となる。以後ラボに忠誠を誓い、ラボの発展のために全力を尽くせ。
はい、とっても嬉しいです。
さてということで早速実験を。
Wait. Suddenly realized something that makes me smack my forehead in dismay.
始まった。ルカ子は今16歳だったな。
はい。
つまり1993年生まれ。
Dang,
そうだよ。
Lukako's older than my sister.
マユシーと同い年な
Wow.
のです。
Dang,
それがどうしたの？
Lukako and Mayuri both older than my sister. Oh, my fault. There you go. I forgot I gotta read that out loud. In order to tell Lukako's mother to eat a lot of vegetables, we need to send an email to 10 months before Lukako was born. Meaning we have to send it to
携帯
1992.
が日本で普及し始めたのはいつだ？
Like 1995.
あ、
It's like Kurisu and Daru figured it out. Daru goes to Google it. Thank you.
96年ぐらいっぽい。
No,
メール機能が
1996.
実装されるのはさらに遅いかも。
つまりルカ子の生まれた年の時点では携帯は一般化されてないということ。
What? Did they have something
ル
else?
カ子の母親も持っていない可能性がある。もしそうならメールを受け取ってもらう手段が存在しないではないか。
ああ、そっか。ダメなんですか？
Lukako's face darkens. I fold my arms in thought. Somebody received email in an era when cell phones weren't yet widespread.
こうなったら毒電波を飛ばせるよう改造するとか。
Correct. What?
何よ毒電波。
You want to say what is this?
ちょっとヤバい人たちだけがユンユンと受信できるんだ。電波っつうか電波？特に春先によく見られる。
This dude
毒
be
されてるのは
tough, bro.
あんたの脳みそだろ。
いいよ、もっと罵ってくれて OK だよ。
だったら手紙をタイムカプセルに入れて埋めるっていうのは？
Oh,
それじゃあ
okay.
過去じゃなくて未来に行っちゃうわ。
そっか。
こうなったらあれだ。ルカ氏が雷に打たれるとか、それで性別転換。古臭いコミックとかアニメで手垢がついてそうだけど。
D メールを使わなきゃ実験の意味ないでしょ。脱線しないで。
じゃあクリスちゃんのナイスアイデアにマユシーは期待です。
These guys are so useless, bro. Oh my gosh.
私は
Like, I have an idea of this because I know the story, but like,
高
I
速
wouldn't
を
have thought
事
of
情倍
this.
ほど上回るロケットを開発すればあまりの速さに時間が逆行してとか。
Yeah, she's just as
自分だっ
useless.
て電話レンジのこと念頭に置いてないじゃんか。
しかもこの天才少女め、今自ら相対性理論を否定したぞ。
単なる冗談でしょ。本気にしないで。
まったくどいつもこいつも使えないな。
I agree with Lukako.
だったら自称 IQ170 の灰色の脳細胞狂気のマッドサイエンティスト法王院さん、代案をどうぞ。
Hey, she remembered.
ふむ、頭の片隅で きらめきつつあるぞ。
ひらめけの精神だな。
His sensation. Yes. My natural mad scientist inspiration is about to explode. What are you talking about?
思いついた。
All eyes focus on me. All eyes on me. With a broad grin, I proclaim.
携帯がなければポケベルに送ればいいじゃない。
There you go. You send it through pager instead. I thought the chapter ended for a second. Oh, whoa. When did the mail send? Inbox. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. No. Legit. Like, it's been a day. That's crazy. Have mercy on me. Have mercy on my soul. All right. Pager, an early method of receiving wireless messages. Service in Japan started around 1968. As support for text data was added in the 1990s, pagers grew in popularity among high school girls. However, pagers were soon replaced by cellular phones. Pager service was terminated in 2007. About 22 hours have passed since I made my mind-blowingly awesome proclamation.
こんにちは。
Luca emerges or enters the lab shyly, just as he did yesterday. He gives me a bashful smile when our eyes meet.
お母さん、ポケベルを持ってました。ああ、よかったね、ルカ君。
これで前に進めるわね。
ルカシ女の子バージョンか。燃えるの確定。
My Eri, Kurisu, and Dora are already on standby. Sending a D-mail to a pager. Yesterday, we argued about whether it was even possible. Eventually, we settled on probably. Data is data, after all. This one I think is generally one of the coolest ideas. The rest depends on a pager radio waves station 8 or wave stations 8 years ago. It should be fine as long as our data gets through safely. I just think like this is such a cool idea of sending a message to a pager. You already googled how to send data to a pager. Like, for the pagers back then, you'd first enter the other person's pager number. Then, for the console reader, enter *2*2. After that, you would enter the numbers to send. That's how it worked, apparently. The console region. What's so different about that? Pages in 1992 could still only send numbers. Phone number display functions were also yet to be implemented, so your number was hidden from the other person by default. A few years after that, Pages started to implement Japanese character displays, enabling functionality similar to that of an email. But for now, we'll just have to rely on numbers. Therefore, the email Lukako is about to send is technically not a mail, though it has to be sent in numerical form. Naturally, I have a conversion table for that on hand. Good. You can find information even from 18 years ago if you just Google it. Now especially with AI too, but it's not always right. I was pretty worried about lack of information on pages at first. That's my little secret.
漆原さん、あとは過去のお母さんに向けての文章をあなた自身で考えて。
僕がですか？
自分の夢を叶えたいなら自分自身で道を切り開くがいい。俺たちがしてやれるのはその強払い程度のことだけだ。
わかりました。
We explained to Lukako the function of the phone wave made subject to change. The numbers we're sending are 1 byte characters, so we can only send 36 of them. The pager's number to letter conversion system uses 2 numbers to correspond to 1 Japanese character. Furthermore, if you need to input *2*2, that means you're going to send 16 hiragana characters. Lukako, understanding everything, takes out a notebook and begins writing drafts for the pager message. I show Lukako the site that I found. Excuse me, sorry. Oh man. It reads pager number and letter conversion. Pager typer, or pager typing, is commonly known as two-touch typing, or pager input. It's somewhat different from cell phone input. You choose the consonant and then input the vowel. The consonants are A, K, S, T, N, H, M, Y, R, W. The vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Basically, to input key, or KE, you press 2 to input the K. Then you press 4 for the vowel E. That is nyanya. Signs of increasing misfortune. Oh no, he escaped nya. If we don't find him and kill him, misfortune will fall upon Akiba nya. His name is the end of tutorial. He's small, nimble, and he cries choo choo nya. Come here quick. Bears need your help nya. What? I can help but it won't be cheap. What this one? A rat? What kind of rat? What kind of cat goes afraid of rats? See, just to put me up there with Nyan Nyan. It doesn't say anywhere in here about a rat, bro. What are you talking about? There you go. Anyways, enough of Ferris nonsense. Enough of the jibber jabber.
結構めんどいな。僕はてっきり831831831って打てばいいんだとばかり思っていたよ。
どうして831なの
831で野菜じゃん上皇。野菜ってのルカシのお母様の頭にすり込めばいいのかと。
そんなメッセージではいたずら扱いされるだけだ。
だったら29292929っていうのは
一応聞いてやるが、どういう意味だ？
肉
That she'll get a boy. I won't solve anything.
肉好きにさせてどうする？
違うよ。それだけ肉って連呼されたらね、逆にお肉見るのも嫌になって野菜を食べようって気になるかもしれないよ。
Reverse psychology. I would have thought my Yuri would have thought of that. Huh.
あるはねえよ。
It won't work, but you know, it's reverse psychology. Lukako completes his composition while we speak our
こうい
nonsense.
う内容でどうでしょうか。
I think I remember this message.
母さん
Like,
野
veg
菜
for
を
girl or
たくさ
something
ん
like that.
食べてね。
Might be too long though.
そのまま過ぎじゃね？
冒頭の母さんは不要だろう。余計な疑念を抱かせるだけだ。
じゃあ野菜をたくさん食べると女の子を産めます。
Too long.
ひねりすぎるのもね。それに文字数オーバーしてるわよ。
Yeah, needs to be shorter.
野菜食べると元気な子を産める。
ちょい待ち。この変換表によると濁点も数字2個で表現しないとダメっぽい。その文章だと半角4文字オーバーする。
ならば少し改変だ。野菜食うと元気な子を産めるでどうだ？
Eat that. Yeah. Ah, that sounds good.
言い方が下品じゃない？相手は漆原さんのお母さんでしょ。食うとの部分通じるかな？
ならば代案を出してもらおうか。
Curses shrugs his shoulders and says no more. then it's settled.
じゃあ早速打ってみようよ。
With sending a pager, the number encoded message is handled like a telephone number, so we enter the input into the X68000. Oh, that's a lot. Wow, good lord. The long, random-looking string of numbers is complete.
よし、準備万端 OK だ。
I would just activate the phone wave and each subject to change and have Lukako call. The microwave timer is set to 154,152 seconds. It should arrive around January 1st, 1993. The margin of error is around 1 to 3 days, I guess. Leap year calculations a pain, so I ignored it. Lukako's slender finger starts to tremble on top of the enter button.
起動するぞ。
Lukako looks at me with tears in his eyes, then nods faintly. It's so funny that they still haven't figured out why the discharge happens. There is a reason. Lukako flinches and takes a step back, but then I see determination flare in his eyes. He sets his jaw and pushes the enter button. Significantly different timeline. A wave of dizziness hits me again. I place a hand on the table to support myself. How far am I now? 2 hours? Nope, not yet. Not yet. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. The dizziness slowly fades. Little by little, color returns to the world. So spent a lot of time yapping, so I do need to give you guys some more. Reading Steiner activated again. Did the world line change? I look around the room. Unlike what happened with Moeka, Lukako is still here. He blushes when he notices my stare.
岡部さん、そんなに見ないでください。
I fold my arms and tilt my head. Lukaku's appearance hasn't changed a bit. Paying attention to what game? Why'd you have to do that? You didn't have to do that. Why'd you do the magnifying zoom on his chest, man? Excuse me. On their chest. Their gender still hasn't been confirmed yet. I'm paying particular attention to his chest, and his chest. As a guy, it's natural for him to have no breasts. But if he's a girl now, that's a different story. That washboard isn't tiny breasts on him. It's no breasts on him.
これは失敗か。
I really don't like this scene, but you guys will see why. So the eats lots of vegetables to give birth to a girl thing Kirsten talked about was nothing but fringe science. What kind of scientists believe such a flimsy theory anyway?
失敗って何が？
Everyone, including Lukako, looks at me in confusion.
何言って、お前たち揃いも揃ってボケているのか？たった今この電話レンジカッコ仮で。
Okada, you've been through this 3 times now. I slap a hand over my mouth as soon as I start talking. That was careless of me. As the previous experiments prove, the activation of reading Saturn means that the word line has changed. Now I'm the only one who carries his memories through the change. Nobody else here knows what we did.
いや、なんでもない。
There you go, you're finally learning. Afterwards, Mayuri and Lukako happily go out shopping for lunch at a neighborhood convenience store.
クリスティーナよ、一つ聞きたいのだが、ルカコは。
Episode 11. That's the comparison. There you go.
今度はどんな変態的行為を考えてるんだ。あんたたち変態コンビは油断も隙もないな。
変態コンビじゃねえ。僕たちは変態紳士コンビだ。
どうでもいい。ほんとどうでもいい。
Damn, I can't ask now. It's really annoying that no one remembers. I want to think about how Kurosuma react if I suddenly ask, is Lukako a girl? I should wait until I can get Lukako alone and then... Yeah, whatever. Considering how his appearance hasn't changed at all, it's very likely that the sex change failed. In that case, what did Lukako's female change? Just like the Mulligan experiment, the result is different from what we expected. The real problem is that we have no control. After I leave the lab, I head to Mei Queen Ya Squared to think. Daru sits in front of me, waiting impatiently for Ferris to bring our order.
D メールについてどう思う？
すごいような、すごくないような。
すごくないと思った理由は？
フェイリスタンとのライネット勝負の結果を改変できなかったお。
That's a selfish reason.
何度かの実験で分かったが D メールの精度はまだ信頼できるレベルには達していない。運の要素が絡んでくるのは装置としては欠陥だ。もっと送り手側がコントロールできるようにならなければ実用性が低いままのガラクタに終わる。
For starters, there's a problem how I'm the only one who could recognize the changes. Without my special power, we wouldn't even be able to check the results of the experiment. Ridiculous.
確かに結果出てないよな。ロト6当てるって件はどうなったん？
保留中だ。
Pending. There we go. My area. So you want to cosplay as a warrior from the Sengoku period? Alrighty, Mayushi will work extra hard to have something for Winter Komima. It'll only be popular with the girls. I'm not sure how to feel about that though. Mayuri. Mayuri, don't tell me you plan to sell me out to the enemy. There you go. When did she say that? Well, you know how it is. You know how it be. Ah, man. Although it was Lukaku's mistake that cost us the prize, he would have been in a position to make that mistake if I hadn't asked him to buy the ticket in my stead. Why'd I do that? As if Steins guided the money away from my grasp. No, I need to think positive.
この法院京馬ともあろう男がこんなところでつまずいていられるものか。俺は諦めたりはしない。なぜなら俺がマッドサイエンティストだからだ。
Yeah, sure, whatever.
言葉の意味はわからんが、とにかくすごい自信だ。
あの電話レンジカッコ仮でゆくゆくは人間を、それも過去ばかりでなく未来にも向けて送り出すことができるように改良する。改良してみせる。いや、改良しなくてはならないのだ。それがシュタインズゲートの選択なのだからな。
Why are you yelling in this restaurant, bro? You idiot. Oh my gosh. Barris is standing right next to me. Where the hell did she come from?
オノレフェイリス、盗み聞きとは卑劣な。
何言ってるのにゃ。京馬の声が大きすぎて店中に響き渡ってたにゃ。
That is true. What? No. Once again, I've leaked classified information concerning the future of mankind. You idiot.
アイスコーヒーとアイスティーと猫まんまお待たせしましたにゃ。
Daru's order of cat food is one of the maid cafe's specialties. It's not the usual miso over rice, but a stylish risotto instead. It's one of Daru's favorites. It's actually pretty tasty. Ferris places the iced coffee in front of me.
ミルクとかむしろは入れますかにゃ。
断る。
Never.
そんな京馬には全部入れちゃうにゃ。脳には適度な糖分が必要にゃ。
Really? Despite my refusal, Ferris pours all the milk and syrup into my glass.
にゃんにゃんにゃんにゃ。
I remember this scene. And speaking some nonsense incantation, she mixes my iced coffee with the straw, and the whole time, she stares straight into my eyes.
出た。これぞフェイリスタンの秘技。目を見て混ぜ混ぜだ。
Daru starts explaining in excitement.
普通ならドリンクをこぼさないようにするだけでも大変なはずなのに、フェイリスタンはそれを平然とやってのける。そこにしびれる、憧れる。この秘技によりフェイリスタンはメイクインにおける人気ナンバーワンメイドとして君臨しているのだ。
The iced coffee in the glass changes from black to brown, just like me. Damn, she's dragging me into her pace again. Next, Ferris performs the same technique on Daru.
フェイリスタン、ありがとうございます。おいしくいただきます。
He bows deeply. Such a polite man. I take a sip of my iced coffee. His bitterness and sweetness flow down my throat. When I look up, I see Ferris standing next to me, her silver tray in front of her waist, just like her sprite.
なんだ。何か用事か。
続きを聞かせるにゃ。京馬とダルにゃ面白そうなお話してたにゃ。タイムマシンがどうとかって。フェイリス、とっても聞きたいにゃ。
Did I just get a mail from Ferris today? No, it was my ear. I'm dumb. She gives me a babyish look with upturned eyes. No, I did, yeah, it was earlier. It was the same day, but before the D-mail. But I firmly reject it.
極秘事項だ。部外者には明かせん。
さっき店中に響き渡るぐらい大声で話してたのはどこの誰にゃ。
だ。
ダルにゃ。フェイリスに教えてほしいにゃ。
She's targeting Daru now. Don't underestimate him, Ferris Nyan Nyan. Daru is our most trustworthy right-hand man, the wizard class super hacker. He won't be tricked into divulging classified information.
実はメールを過去に送れるっていうすげえマシンを作ったんだお。主に僕が。
And he's broken. Women are scary.
それってつまりタイムマシンってことにゃ。
そういうことになるかな。
タイムマシンを作ったなんてすっごいにゃ。フェイリスはダルニャンの頭の良さにキュンキュンしそうだにゃ。
マジで？困ったな。うえうえ。
バカ野郎。What's with that grin?
フェイリスはタイムマシンに乗って時間旅行するのが夢なのにゃ。
僕がいつか連れてってあげるよ。
だる。安請け合いするな。
ところで昔から疑問だったんやけど、時間ってどんなものなのかにゃ。
何？
よく時間を川に例えて過去から未来に向かって流れてるとか言うにゃ。でも本当にそうなのかにゃ。もし川の流れだとして過去と未来に挟まれた現在はどこにあるのにゃ。それは点なのか線なのか、そもそもどこからどこまでが現在 なのにゃ。
If I had to answer that question, then my guess would be that it doesn't end. Time has continued immemorial the same way it started, and honestly, if it ever ends, the same way it will end. But I don't think it'll end until this universe explodes, and at this universe, this cluster of galaxies, like just dies out, then time will continue, even if there's no one to perceive it.
そういえば漠然とイメージはあるけど真面目に考えたことはないな。
現在は川の上に浮かぶ葉っぱだ。それは過去から未来へと流れに沿って動いていく。
そんじゃその葉っぱに全ての人間が乗ってるって考えればいいのかにゃ。死んだら葉っぱから落ちるってことになるのにゃ。
そういうことだろう。その葉っぱのある地点より川の上流は過去、下流が未来と定義できる。
ふにゃー。でもその葉っぱは人間にとっての現在にゃ。
というと
人間が時間に単位を作って観測してるから葉っぱは現在だってわかるにゃ。けど例えば全宇宙すべての生き物が絶滅しちゃった世界だと現在を観測できる存在がいなくなっちゃうと思うのにゃ。その場合どこが現在になるのにゃ。
神様とか宇宙の石とかが観測するんじゃね。
じゃあもしその神様が4次元的存在だとしたら過去にも未来にも自由に生きることになるにゃ。
Isn't that how the fourth dimension works? It's like the fourth dimension is time. Would be pretty cool. Fourth dimensional space-time is comprised of three spatial dimensions plus the fourth dimension, time. Three-dimensional beings like humans can only move in three spatial dimensions. Four-dimensional being will be able to move through time as easily as humans can move through air. Excuse me.
おお。
その神様の現在が基準になるならフェイリスたちの現在も過去方向に行ったり未来方向に行ったりしないとおかしいにゃ。
If he's the one observing it, then I guess so, yeah.
むむむ。
つまり現在は観測者の主観に委ねられると言いたいのか。
もしそうなら過去と未来も主観次第になっちゃうにゃ。もしタイムマシンでフェイリスが1週間前にタイムトラベルしたとしたら京馬やダルニャンの現在とフェイリスの現在は1週間ずれちゃうにゃ。
そういえばそうだな。
だとしたらそのズレは葉っぱだとどうやって表現するのにゃ。
Neither Dar nor I have an answer. Perhaps nobody has an answer, just like the collapse of causality in that curve Sue mentioned. Assuming that time machines and time travel are impossible after all. Certain jellified test subjects physically traveled as far back
そも
as
そも観測者
1921.
の主観に委ねられるなら時計は関係なくなっちゃうのにゃ。楽しい時間は早く過ぎるし辛い時は時間が過ぎるのが遅く感じるにゃ。つまり主観だと時間の流れは変動しちゃうにゃ。
そういえばさ、年を取るにつれて時間の流れって速くなってるような気がするよな。
I said live. There you go. Did YouTube just crash? What happened? There you go. Go back. Alright, almost at 2 hours.
ジャネの法則だな。
Let's see. A perspective on the passage of time proposed by psychologist Janet. For some reason, as one ages, time seems to pass by more quickly. For example, 1 year is 1/7 of a 7-year-old's life, but only 1/70th of a 70-year-old's life. For this reasoning, the subjective length of time is inversely proportional to age. So the reason I believe this happens, or not I believe, but like a lot of people believe, is because as you're younger, and I think Vsauce has a video on this, as you're younger, like a 7-year-old has nowhere near as much experience as like a 70-year-old would. So like a 7-year-old has only experienced so much of life, but still have so much more to experience. So when they're that young, life goes by, what's it called? I guess life would go by slower. Yeah, life would go by slower because every day, for the most part, you're intaking something new, especially if you're going to school. And so your brain is processing things a lot slower, or not processing things a lot slower, but like perceiving things a lot slower because everything is new. And when you're experiencing something new for the first time, your brain takes a lot more time to get used to it. Like it's processing everything it can, as compared to a 7-year-old who's experienced a lot in life. So every day goes by a lot faster because you've mostly seen everything. At least like everything in relation to like a human, and like a human lifetime, I mean. So for children, time goes by slower because everything is new to them. But for a 7-year-old, it's because nothing's really new to them anymore. That, and also, you know, like they're older too, so like they're not really gonna perceive things the same way a child would. But there you go, that's just my explanation of it.
とまあフェイリスはたまにそんなことを考えてるのにゃ。だから安易に時間を川の流れに例えるのはちょっと違うような気がするのにゃ。
考えれば考えるほどこんがらがってきた罠。
Shout out Ferris for being a thinker. The strict definition of time, similar to the question of where is the self, is one of humanity's eternal questions. Countless renowned scholars have left this question unanswered. There's no way amateurs like us can answer it, but there's one thing I can do.
Nya.
案ずるな。俺たちが開発するタイムマシンはそういう哲学的であったり物理学的考察など関係なく時空跳躍を可能にしてしまうのだな。そうだよな、ダル。
そうそう、そういうこと。
にゃー、開き直っちゃったにゃ。でもダルニャンたちの作ったタイムマシンフェイリスも使ってみたいにゃ。ダメかにゃ。
まあ僕の権限ならフェイリスタンにも使わせてあげなくもないよ。
本当かにゃ。約束だにゃ。
ダル、勝手なことをほざくな。
Ferris springs up with joy and hugs Daru's rotund body. That's all it takes to make Daru look like he's died and gone to heaven. And that's it. I'm gonna keep going for a little bit, not for too long, but I just want to see if this is the scene I'm thinking of, because if it is, I'm gonna continue. Because I said before, like, oh, I don't like this scene coming up, but like, it wasn't that one. I forgot that scene even happened, if I'm being honest. But this next one, I think is this one. So killing some time at May Queen, I leave Daru and head back to the lab. The only person there is Mayuri. He's working on a costume.
マユリよ、今のお前の姿はまるで内職で夜なべしているようだぞ。
夜鍋って何？夜にお鍋を食べるの？
Kids these days.
ちなみにね、マユシーはコスでお金は取らない主義なのです。
Seems like she understood the rest of what I said. It was just a joke anyway.
趣味は趣味のままがいいもん。それにね、自分の作ったコスを誰かに着てもらうだけで幸せなんだ。
将来は服飾デザイナーにでもなるのか？
I mean, think of it. Mayuri has never talked about her future.
それは無理だよ。
だったら将来の夢は何だ？ちなみに俺は世界の支配構造を打ち崩すことだ。
マヨシーはとりあえずね、このラボでのんびりやっていきたいな。
何？生涯ラボ面宣言か？その志の高さは買うが、このラボは採算度外視なのだ。飯は食っていけないぞ。
ねえねえオカリン、ラボ面6人になったね。こんなに増えるなんてね、マユシーは思ってもなかったよ。
Yeah, no, to be fair, this game started with only 3 of them. And better yet, Mayuri and Okabe are the first 2. Legit, they are the progenitors. And so to think that you go from Okabe and Mayuri, along with Daru, which makes number 3, then you have Makise, then Moeka, and now Lukako, and they're still... I can't say that, it's a spoiler. But yeah, 6 members. It's a sudden change in topic. For some reason, she's puffing her chest out in pride.
マユシーが人質になった甲斐があったかも。
いいな、断じていいなだ。我がラボに集った者たちは全員この俺の策略によりまんまとラボ面にさせられた連中に過ぎないのだからな。そういう言
い方は良くないと思うな。それにね、マユシーはまんまとさせられてないよ。
そうだったな。お前は自分からこのラボに来たのだった。
Yeah, I think we get to... She joined the lab without my ever asking. When she appeared in the doorway and offered to join, thought she was a goddess sent from heaven.
ねえ、オカリン。オカリンはこれからもマユシーのこと人質にしておいてくれる？
Is that a joke or a serious question? I can't tell.
お前は人質のままでいたいのか？
Mary drops the costume in her hand, and as she smiles shyly,
痛いかも。
なんというド M な娘だ。お前がそんなはしたない女だったとは思わなかったぞ。
she doesn't understand.
だって人質でいればね、マユシーは寂しくないし、オカリンも寂しくないから。
That is also true. No matter what timeline you're in, as long as Mayuri is alive, her and Okabe will be friends.
そうか。
Through one way or another. And I'm not saying that concretely, I'm just saying like that their kinship is that close. Sometimes Mayuri throws me off my game. But if that's her reason for staying at the lab, then I'm happy.
ああ、そろそろマユシーは帰るね。
Work. Mary stands up and starts putting away her various sewing tools.
メリー、帰りがけに何か食っていくか。おごるぞ。
本当？どうしたの？
今日の俺は気分がいいのだ。
じゃあね、キッチン二郎がいいな。あそこのメンチカツはね、神なのです。
She'll get no argument from me.
任せるがいい。
わーい、オカリン大好き。マユシーはとっても幸せだよ。
Well, at least she's easy to please. Mayuri and I head for Kishinjiro. After that, I'll see her safely to the station. Let's see. Alright, day number 7. Let's see. Spend the next morning doing laundry at the nearby laundromat. When I returned to the lab just past noon, Daru, Mayuri, and Curse were all assembled. Look at that. Finished. Yeah. I told you it was too late, yeah. Too late? You talking about? You haven't told me anything. The hell? You talking about, girl? Alrighty. Yeah. Shoot. I think that's where we ended. Let me give a quick save. Chapters get going. The chapter's not too long. To be fair, like I haven't. I know. Well, no, it has almost been almost 4 hours. But oh well. I'm surprised at how long it's been going though. But oh well. I'm still enjoying the game. So I think chapter 4 though might be the weakest for me. I'm not gonna lie. I still think chapter 1's the best one. No, I'm bugging. Chapter 1 is not the best one, but chapter 1's a great chapter. So no, the prologue is. Prologue is an amazing chapter. But yeah. It's the end for now, you know. We another stream in the history books for around 2 hours, if I remember correctly. But you know, we ball, and yeah, streams are gonna slow down a little bit because I am gonna start working on what's the word, on this video. So yeah, just don't expect like as many streams as there were before for a little bit. This video's gonna take a while, so just, you know, be ready for that. But yeah, you know, still I'm gonna try to stream regardless, at least like once a week maybe. But yeah, you know, I thank you all for watching as always, and I'll see you all next time where we continue with more Steins. Until next time,